let's talk about reading for a bit. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley, and today I think I'm starting a new vlog. But I want to explain why I'm kind of thinking about doing this vlog. So this is going to be a very rambly start, not that you're not used to that if you watch any of my vlogs, but I lately have been really struggling to read. For the past couple of months, I've only been reading a couple of books a month. And this month, it is the 20th of July and I haven't finished a book. Which is not like me at all. Like, if you know me, I read usually 4 to 6 books a month, sometimes a few more. But this is like unprecedented. I don't usually struggle this much. And whilst I know it's not a big issue, it's still upsetting me because I love reading. I love all of these things. And I'm sat here and I'm like, why am I not reading? Why am I not enjoying the things I want to enjoy? So, and looking at it, I'm wondering if it's because I'm kind of putting too much pressure on myself to read. I'm trying to read for a vlog. I'm trying to read for this. I'm trying to read for that. If I'm not putting myself into a situation where I've got a readathon or a vlog theme, I don't know what to read. And also in turn, I'm sitting here and only reading books. And sometimes I'll do them where it's box books. Well, that's books that I haven't actually technically chosen. That's books that I own because I have subscriptions. And the subscriptions, yes, there's a few where I will skip books, but like my Illumicrate, I get every month. So it doesn't matter what book it is. I will be reading, like I would get that book unless it's a problematic author. I have skipped once because of a problematic author thing, but apart from that, all of my books are from Illumicrate specifically, and in some turn the Romantasy, Fairy and Afterlight. It's books I don't know. I personally don't think I would have picked up one of the Afterlight books that I own. I just own them. So, yeah. So I've been thinking about this a lot and thinking about it and trying to like figure out where my brain is with it. And the more I think about it, the more I kind of have realised I genuinely don't think I have like done a vlog apart from like reading Becca's favourites and stuff like that. And like all, it's really difficult to kind of pinpoint this. So I do apologise that I am really rambly, but I'm like, the more I think about it, the more I'm not engaging with books that I want to read just because I want to read them. I'm reading them for a purpose because of reading vlog themes and ideas that like I'm going to enjoy this or XYZ or this, that and the other. And it fully feels like I am reading books for the sake of getting my to be read pile down and not reading books because it's books that I'm interested in. It's books that I want to read. Like I've had kind of ideas of what I want to read and I kind of go, well, I'll wait until I've done this vlog. And I think that's potentially putting me in a slump more because I'm currently in the middle of 3 books. One of them is my June notes vlog because I didn't finish that. And I haven't even started the vlog. So I'm not doing a vlog for that one. And I'm going to explain that in the next notes vlog that I do. Maybe that's also a thing. Maybe I'm putting too much pressure on myself for the notes vlogs as well. But I'm enjoying all of the books that I read for the notes vlogs. This is the issue you have, is when you start to kind of look at everything that I've read this year and when my brain's been at, it's really difficult to kind of pinpoint where my head is and what I want. So, going back to the books that I'm in the middle of, very ADHD right now, I do apologise. I said it was going to be rambly. So I'm in the middle of that. I am in the middle of the Jasmine Throne, which is just there. I'm in the middle of the Jasmine Throne. I have like an hour left of that book. I'm probably going to finish that today. That's for a different vlog though, so I'm not too worried about that. And then I'm also in the middle of a buddy read with Jem. However, me and Jem are both kind of in a bit of a slumpy slump, so we're both struggling to read. So that one I'm not too worried about, because I'm like, well, Jem's not reading, I'm not reading. I'm just putting that one on like kind of hold. I also should have started a buddy read with Becca, two buddy reads with Becca last week, and I haven't done those. And then Becca's got her Patreon buddy read this week. So like, there's a lot. And I also think that potentially all of the buddy reads is probably a problem, because I struggle to like, I have the task avoidance ADHD. So if you tell me to do something, my brain doesn't want to do it. If you don't tell me to do something, I might do it if I've got the spoons and the forks. But I really struggle with that type of thing. So I've really been struggling in the past couple of weeks, and everyone, I really appreciate my friends, because every time I turn around and say this, everyone turns around and goes, but you've been busy, you've been to like 2 concerts, and you've done this and you've done that, and I'm like, yes, I have. But everyone else has done those things and they've been able to read as well. And I just don't see it as a fair comparison, because I know I'm actively not, and I'm just getting lost in TikTok. And maybe that's where my brain wants to be at the moment, but I'm finding it really, I don't want to say unproductive, because I think rest is unproductive, but I sometimes wonder if is scrolling on TikTok rest, or is it just me mindlessly getting out of it? So I also saw, speaking of TikTok, I also saw a guy on TikTok talking about how he had he really wanted to play video games, and he was like, I wish I was a child again, because video games used to feel like this big thing, and I used to be able to get lost in it, and now I feel as if I can't get lost in it, and that feels like a shame. And I think they're right, because and they've said like, I'm re-downloading Minecraft, I'm re-going into it and stuff like that, and it's like very much, he was like, I feel really unproductive. I feel as if like I could be doing this with my life, and this and this and that. And I do have things that I should do, and that's fine. But most of mine I could do with an audiobook. So I'm getting really frustrated with myself, and I've kind of come to the conclusion I need to kickstart it again. And I did so well in March, where I sat and I read and stuff. This is also just, I think this is going to be like a, like, it's almost, it feels like a video essay. It's not a video essay. I promise this will be a vlog. But like, we need to talk about this. I want to restart my love of reading, and the thing that has been niggling at my brain is, I remember when I was in secondary school. So this is, well, I finished secondary school in 2008. So this is going back almost 20 years, which is horrifying to think about. I wish I hadn't said that out loud. But we're going back a while. And I'm trying to think of how to phrase this, so you will have to forgive me. I am very much like, I remember being in an English class, and I'd never done it before, and it was either year 9, 10, or 11, because I had a specific English teacher who I only had through year 9, 10, and 11. And there was like a reading challenge that you did through the summer, or a reading charity sponsored readathon, something like that. And my brain has been kind of clinging on to, hey, this is something you should do. And I've been putting it off, because I just feel like, well, it's not, why? It's really silly. And Becca's like, well, you might burn out and stuff like that. And I think I just need to kind of give myself some space to read. And I want to give myself kind of the vibes of the reading challenge. So I want to do a reading challenge, but I want to do it kind of on my rules, my goals, and I want to do it chill, maybe? I don't know. I would like to read some books. So I'm giving myself the 6 weeks holidays. I'm not on holiday. I don't get 6 weeks holidays anymore, but I'm doing the 6 weeks holidays reading challenge. So I'm starting now. Today is the Monday the 20th of July, and I just want to kind of try and get that magic reading back. So I'm going to give myself a couple of challenges, and I'm not going to do them as like really like these, they're challenges, but they're like the same way goals aren't rules. If I don't get to them, I don't get to them. I do have a lot that we're doing. Me and Becca are going to be going to the food festival. We want to go and do a few things here and there. So I'm just trying to kind of figure out my brain. And I'm doing that. So here are the rules. And the rules are not hard and heavy. I want to physically read at least one book. I do a lot of audiobook reading, and I think that that's probably going to be the best way for me to read those and get into these. So I want to have at least one fully physical book, and I can take my time with it. I don't mind how long it takes. I don't want to set a TBR. I want to organically come into my library, which I don't spend near enough time in. Come into my library or go and pick books, because I have books all over the house. Pick up books from wherever I want to and read the books I want to read. I don't need to just sit and like go, well, I should read this, so I'm going to read this. No, I want to read books that I want to read. So it is very much going to be you pick a book, you read it, you enjoy it, you go to the next one. The other thing is, if I'm not enjoying it, I get to DNF it. Soft DNF, hard DNF, whatever, that's absolutely fine. I do want to set a page goal, I think, because I want to read more. So I'm thinking, if I say 500 pages a week for 6 weeks, that's 3,000 pages. I don't think that's too difficult. That's less than 100 pages a day. Most of my books are like 300 to 500 pages anyway. So it's like a book a week. So I think I'm going to do like a soft goal of like 3,000 pages for the 6 weeks. And I think I'm going to do this as I'm going to ask Becca. Because she edits my videos. I think I'm going to do this as a weekly vlog. So I apologise that the first week is me just doing this and talking for so long. But I think this would work really well as a weekly reading vlog, as I do 6 weeks of this. I do also have a weekend this weekend where I'm not doing anything at all. My nana's looking after a dog, so she's not making dinner. Helen, my friend, who usually comes to dinner, she's at a wedding over that weekend, so I'm literally going to have nothing to do this weekend. And I think I actually really need a chill weekend of not talking to anybody. I do have a drink on my Starbucks card, so I might go and get like a drink. And I think I'm just going to have a cozy weekend reading, and I might do like a 48-hour reading challenge. But for now, I'm not saying yes or no to that. I'm just kind of going with the flow for this. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the Jasmine Throne, because that is for a different vlog. I'm not going to tell you about that in this vlog. I'm just going to finish that. And then I am probably going to start on the buddy read pages for Becca's Patreon read book club, whatever you want to call it. I don't know why my brain's not clicking on what to call it, but I'm probably going to do that. And then the world is my oyster. I have so many books. Yeah. So we'll see where it goes from here. Hi guys. Apologies, you're going to be able to hear running water. I have a bath running at the moment. But it is Tuesday. It is the second day of my weekly vlog. I have spoken to Becca and she's happy to do the weekly vlog, so yay, exciting. I have finished a book today. I pushed myself to finish it whilst I was working. I had some time to do that, so I was like, cool, I will finish a book. So I finished the Jasmine Throne. I'm not going to go into that in this vlog because I'm doing a book box vlog, which is for that, so I'm not going to talk about that. I then read a few pages of Hazelthorne. This is a buddy read I'm doing with Jem. It's really funny. Jem bought me the first CG Drew's book. I read it for my notes vlog, and Jem then read it and adored it and wanted to buddy read that. But we've been terrible at the buddy read because we just have not had the spoons to read. So we're slowly getting through this. I'm like that much into it. I'm really enjoying it. The vibes in these books are always great, so that's fun. But I don't really know what's going on. It's very, very weird. There's like a murdery type thing happening, like a murder mystery type thing, but there's also like creepy botanical things, which CG Drews does really well. Like Don't Let the Forest In was spectacular. I really, really enjoyed it. And Hazelthorne is going the same way. I really like the writing style. It's a little bit flowery, but it's ironically it's a little bit flowery, but it's not too overpoweringly flowery. It's really fun. We have queer characters in it, and I'm really enjoying it. And then I haven't started this, but I want to start this next, and that is The Gravewood by Kelly Andrews. This is Becca's Patreon buddy read, and I was like, I didn't have the chance to read it yesterday because Becca had Patreon sprints on, and I was fully going to go in and read books. So I was like, oh, I'll finish Jasmine Throne. Once I finish Jasmine Throne, I'll pick up The Gravewood. And I did not finish the Jasmine Throne yesterday. I finished that today. So I was a bit unfortunate with that. So I was like, okay, I will pick this book up and I will read today and tomorrow's buddy read. This was yesterday, so like the 2 days buddy read pages. And then me and Becca did a knit and natter, which is what basically if you weren't there, thank you to everyone who joined. No one had to, but it was really, really fun. And I just sat and I knitted, and me and Becca knitted, and I'm hoping to do that going forwards with like relative like quite regularly. I was going to try and say relative regularity, but I realised that sounds really posh, and I am not really posh. So I'm going to hopefully try and do that quite frequently. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I really enjoyed it. I got like 3.5 rows done, and the project I'm working on is quite difficult. I know Becca got a lot of her cross stitch done as well, and it was just a lot of fun. So I'm going to try and like do that every couple of months, hopefully. But yeah, I'm going to go and sit in the bath and read The Gravewood from now. I'm really excited about this one. It is Kelly Andrew, and I read The Whispering Dark by Kelly Andrew, and I loved that. And then this one is like her first foray into vampires, which, exciting times. I love a vampire. I think that she's going to have the vibes down perfectly, so I'm really excited about that. But I need to go and have a nice hot bath and just, I said to Becca earlier, I need to be soup. I need to relax in the bath and be soup. And I know that sounds really weird, and I don't know how to explain it, but I just need to veg. Apparently I'll be vegetable soup. I don't know. I think I need to not stop talking. I've talked for, we were on the knit and natter for like 2 hours and 45 minutes, so we chatted a lot, and I think that's the thing. I'm gonna have to like calm down and not be talking, because it's a long time to be talking, to be fair. But I really enjoyed it. I'm going to be doing that again. But I'm going to go, and I will talk to you soon. Hi guys, apologies. I am in the same t-shirt, and the water is running again. If I don't do it now, I'm going to forget. And I did wear different clothes. I forgot, and I was like, oh, I'm going to get ready for bed. And then I went, nope, gotta do a vlog clip. So it is now Thursday. I did not get in contact with you. I didn't go on and do an update yesterday because I just didn't have time. I went to my Undiet Life group, which I love, and then I came home and I did some knitting, and then me and Becca FaceTimed, and by the time it FaceTimed it was like midnight, so I just didn't have time to get get you guys up to speed. But I listened to some of the Gravewood. I listened to about 5 chapters yesterday, and I've listened to another 3 or 4 chapters today, and I'm really enjoying it. It's so atmospheric. I really like how Kelly Andrew writes books, and this one just feels like it's got that thing. I will also say, I'm not being funny, I am a vampire girly. I've always been a vampire girly. Apart from when I was scared of everything. Your girl has always been obsessed with vampires. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel, and then Twilight. I was a big Twilight girly. It was part of my personality. I got a haircut like Alice Cullen. We're not going to talk about it. But I was a like, I've always been just a huge thing. Like, vampires have always been interested. Never got into Vampire Diaries. Never got into Vampire Diaries. Read the books. Never got into it, really. But I essentially what I'm saying is I expected that I was going to enjoy it a little bit, but I'm really enjoying the atmosphere. It's so different with that, like, dystopian vibe. I think that's really cool. The main character, we love a disability rep. Like, I love a disability rep, and the fact that she's like hard of hearing or deaf, it's really interesting to see where that's coming from and those struggles, because you like, it's not something that is often focused on in dystopian media or like apocalypse media. Like, what happens when there aren't the things to make, like, if there's no batteries for hearing aids and things like that. Like, it's really interesting to figure out how she goes through that world, and I'm really enjoying it. So there's that. I've also done a lot of knitting, but I have, yeah, so I'm like 100 pages into Hazelthorn, which I'm gonna try and read some more of that this weekend. And the Gravewood, like I said, I'm about 8-9 chapters in, so I'm really enjoying that. And yeah, I've been to rehearsal tonight. That was really fun. We did a big read through for the like end of year show, and it was really funny. I literally was almost crying at one point because I was laughing so much. I'm so excited to get on with this. And yeah, I'm not going to talk too much about anything else. I will hopefully read some more tomorrow. I didn't read as much as I would have liked to today. I was going to read a lot whilst I was working, like if I had any downtime, but we have had a few hiccups at work, so there was very few of us, so you just have to be a bit more aware and prepared, which is absolutely fine. Like, I'm doing a job. But yeah, I'm gonna go and have a bath because I'm very sweaty. It's what happens when you laugh too much, apparently. And I will talk to you hopefully soon. Hi guys, it is Saturday night and I have officially finished another book. So I started the Gravewood, I finished the Gravewood, and now we're here. So I have finished 2 books this month so far, and they were both in this week that I actually finished them. Amazing. I really enjoyed the Gravewood. I gave it 4 stars. There was a few things that I think I wasn't in the headspace to love it as much as I could have, and there was a few things where I sat there and I was like, this doesn't entirely make sense in my brain right now. So I was a bit iffy about that, but apart from that, I really enjoyed it. I really like Kelly Andrews' writing. I think she's a really good writer, and I can't wait to read more from her. But yeah, I'm meant to read some more today, but today's been a really weird one. I've done a lot of like clearing stuff out and stuff like that, and sorting and washing up and things like that. And then I've done a lot of knitting, and my brain has just been like really struggling to figure out where it wants to be, which is fine. And then I kind of went, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and finish the book. If I finish the book, then I can figure out where I'm going to go from there. But because I finished the book, I wasn't too concerned about it. I was like, okay, cool, I have finished it, so therefore I don't need to, like, it's not the end of the world if I don't read anything more. So that was fine. But yeah, I think, so there's a few books that I want to continue, but I will talk about them in the next video. And yeah, so it's been a good chunk of reading that I've done. I did like at least 150 pages of the Jasmine Throne, and then I read the entirety of the Gravewood. So yeah, I also read a little bit of Hazel Thorn. So like the reset is definitely helping, and I think that I'm slowly getting back into it. I'm concerned about next week because there are a few things that I would like to read, I think, and then there are a few things that I feel like I'm obligated to read. So I'm trying to kind of figure out where my brain's going to be and what I'm going to do and how I'm going to focus on that. And what I might do is I might just throw everything out of the, like, out and just read what I want. I also need to do I need to do a pick for my notes vlog. I need to finish the notes vlog I need to finish the notes book for June. So there's a lot that's cooking and not a lot that's going on in here. So we're gonna try and like figure it out, do what I need to do, and go where I need to go. But like, I'm very much feeling as if like, if I'm not feeling it, that's absolutely fine, and I'm just gonna leave it to one side. So I'm going with the flow. That is the most important thing. That's the whole point of this vlog is books have dropped. That's the whole point of these vlogs, is like just kind of resetting and figuring out what I want to do and how I want to do it. So that's a tomorrow problem, and it's very much I can figure it out as I go along type thing. But I hope you have enjoyed this weekly vlog. There will be another one next week, hopefully. And hopefully I will be even more successful than I have been in this one. But yeah, let me know if you are enjoying this so far, or if you've got any books that you recommend to get you out of a slump. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.